Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
If you look around, you'll see the world can be pretty smart. Okay, very smart. At Capella University, we think education should be smart too. That's why we're reshaping online learning with our FlexPath format. You can set your own deadlines, take classes at your own pace, even leverage your previous experience to move faster. So when it comes to earning your bachelor's degree, you know what kind of choice to make. A smart one. Visit capella.edu to learn more. Capella University. Don't just learn smarter.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel, credit stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Oh, a little weed, you know.
It's the Weedsman Podcast Nugget.
Zippity what?
Ready to drop the bass? Let's drop the bass.
Whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean?
All the random stuff that didn't fit in Friday's show you'll find here.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, man. You got a joint?
Got a little bit of refried smell on your boy?
What that mean?
Please, just give me my weed, all right?
I was checking out on the way over here a collection of albums by Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoffs.
They do a bunch of covers.
Yeah, have I brought this up before? Have you listened to them?
You've not brought this up, but I've heard of this as a thing.
I've heard some of it here and there, but I sat down and I had all of I think there are like 4 or 5 albums in the collection now. And they were all on one, I don't know if you call it a box set. It was all grouped as one in Google Music. But a lot of them are quite exciting. I mean, they're all really good. They're all really well produced. The 2 of them and they're both fantastic singers. They've got a great range, and it's all, pretty much 60s rock all the way up to a little bit of the early 80s, but not much. They do that Kansas song, the one about playing chess. Isn't that Kansas?
No.
The one with the flutes?
That is Yes.
That's Yes. You know the one I'm talking about.
Seen All Good
To
People.
Save the Queen. Yeah, that one. Yeah, they do that. They do all the harmonies and everything.
Song that actually teaches you how to play chess.
Hey, these were all released on Shout Factory. That's the label that does all the riff tracks and MST3K shit now.
Oh, wow. It's actually a label.
I didn't know.
I found this collection you were speaking of.
Yeah, that's the first. The first one pretty much sticks right in the heart of the 60s. I See the Rain. It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. There's some Fairport Convention on there. Neil Young's Cinnamon Girl. Love, The Beach Boys, The Who, Velvet Underground. I actually do 2 Neil Young songs on that first one. Zombies, one of my favorites. Mamas and Papas, Bee Gees. Yeah. So, Cinnamon Girl is it's a good song, right? It's an alright Neil Young song. They don't do anything fantastic with it. And they don't really do anything fantastic with anything except for just doing it really well. Singing it well, performing it well.
Yeah.
They're rather true to arrangements. Yeah. They don't really mess with tempo and do chord changes. Yeah. Again, this is pretty straightforward. It sounds like a really competent bar band doing a cover song, except for their vocalists are both exceptional. And they both have, especially Susanna Hoffs, who I've been a fan of for a long time. I'm just glad to hear her sing anything. And she has a natural vibrato to her voice, which is something that's kind of out of fashion these days. You know, it's kind of, we like the fake vibrato that the auto-tune does. We like Cher type of vibrato. And she also has this, raspiness to her voice, but also she can make it really pure, especially when she goes on those higher notes. And her vibrato on those high notes is just gorgeous. It's like listening to a violin. See, I'm not sure which compilation it's on, but see if you can find the Yes song if you want to hear. They do, again, a really straightforward version of it. They don't play with it a lot, but they do all the parts, and it all sounds amazing. It's on volume 2, where they also get into some Todd Rundgren, 2 Todd Rundgren songs. They do Maggie May, which is great. Some George Harrison. They start digging a little bit deeper.
People turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Yeah, they're pretty true to the arrangements.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard one where it was drastically different.
Take a straight and stronger course to the core.
And I don't know,
He sounds way better than the guy from Yes.
Right?
The White Queen runs so fast, she hasn't got time to make you a wife.
Yeah, this is a perfect song to hear her range too. Because it's so sexy when it gets down into the raspy lower notes.
Yeah.
And Matthew Sweet as well. He's a rangy singer and a very emotive one too. You know, he can really hit those high notes like in a lot of his singles, like Girlfriend. You know, he's singing in that upper register. But he can do the kind of grittier rock and roll type of voice too. Like on The Ugly Truth.
Don't surround yourself with yourself. Move on back to squares.
Sounds like real flutes too.
Does. I have to see this because I have to. Whose version are they doing?
Oh, geez.
Mott the Hooples or David Bowie's?
This sounds more like the David Bowie version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bowie's delivery on all the lines is just like a little late. He's not like right on the beat. It's got a little more swagger to it.
The first one I heard Mott the Hooples version, I was like, David Bowie wrote this song. I didn't even know. I was like, David Bowie wrote this.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a Bowie song. Although, he did learn to kind of work more with artists. I think he wrote that song and gave that to him. But the stuff that he's done with, like, say, Iggy Pop, I think you can hear the Bowie influence in it, but I don't think it takes over as much. It's more interactive.
Boo.
What are you booing?
The hook. Not a fan of how they did that. I like the original version with the vocals that are far away, that are mic'd far away.
Oh, yeah. It sounds more like a crowd of people. Yeah. I mean, they don't really do a lot of the... Like they stay true to the arrangement. They don't necessarily try and reproduce the effects and all that. Because for all the different songs that they're doing on here, and they do cover a pretty wide variety of styles. Granted, it's all in some form of rock. But they have a consistent sound. I mean, they're both musicians too, so they're probably recording a lot of this shit themselves. And I imagine, Matthew Sweet has his own studio.
See, this one, the best part of this song is it sounds like Eric Clapton's like crying, or Dwayne Allman's crying while he's singing this.
Yeah.
She just sounds like she's just singing it. Like, hey guys.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a big hippie shirt.
I don't know. This is probably...
I'm not saying it sucks.
No, I hear you. On one of these, they do a Prince song. They do, what was it? Oh, nice. I haven't heard this one yet. I haven't gotten this deep into it. Doing one of Susanna Hoff's contemporaries.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Gonna show her up. Oh, what do you think, Belinda? Take that.
I just got accused of ripping you off anyway.
Right?
Might as well just do it.
I'm a fan of both of them, honestly. I don't know that I would...
Go-Go's win this one.
Yeah. But Susanna Hoffs, though, she was the one that had the fear of looking into the camera. Did you know that?
I did not.
On her videos, she's always not looking directly at the camera. She would not do it. Much like how Michael Stipe would refuse to lip sync for the longest time. You know, actually, I'm not sure. I didn't pay as much attention to later period stuff, but I don't know if he ever does lip sync. I think the only videos where he's actually singing are the ones where they just did a different take of it for the video. They actually did a live take, much like 9 Inch Nails.
The Weedsman Podcast. ChristopherMedia.net.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile. We're extra ready for whatever comes our way, and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with a medium extra charge coffee from Dunkin' for $2 with 20% more caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel, credit stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel, credit stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
ChristopherMedia.net. The Weedsman Podcast.
That was cool.
That was cool. What?
9 Inch Nails.
Oh, yeah. The video take of, what was it, Happiness and Slavery?
What
was
March
the
of
song?
the Pigs.
March
I
of the
think.
Pigs? Oh, yeah.
Like 2 years in the 90s, those were a thing. The live video takes.
Yeah. But you know, these days they do different mixes for different... This is interesting. There's a podcast that I listen to.
Hey, look, it's the president of Apple Music.
There's I can't remember what it's called, but there's a podcast that's all about audio. It's about sound design, and manipulation and engineering and all that. And they do this 2-part series on mastering, which is great. And hold on, I'm gonna have to see if I can.
Looking
find
at this
it.
with my 40-year-old eyes, it's like, all right, Trent, I get it. You like The Cure. You and Bob shop at the same store. I get it.
$20,000 Hertz. Okay, I found it. The show called 20,000 Hertz. I highly recommend. And because a lot of the things that they cover in this is different ways that they not just mastering for sound quality of like, you know, what sounds good to this music, but all the different formats that they have to do now and the different ways that we hear music. And they give these great A/B examples of, the gremlins and MP3s and the type of noise you get from overcompression.
Which are, by the way, are a thing of the past.
Almost, yeah. Like, if you find them pop up, you're like, something's wrong. Either my download is restricted in some way, or I got a bad file.
Is this 24 kbps?
Yeah. It really doesn't happen anymore because they've managed to get...
Well, yeah, the difference between 2019 and 2009 is fucking remarkable as far as digital quality.
They talk about that, and also, we're making progress on the loudness wars. 2009 was like the pinnacle of the loudness wars. And all the distortion, and they play these two different versions of songs. Like, here's the master that was compressed they do Death Magnetic. Wasn't that the name of the Metallica album? Do you remember that one?
Yes.
This is one that was so loud that fans complained, and they actually,
it's too loud. You're too old.
There was a version of that album that was released for like a Rock Band type game, and it had a different mix to it, and it was actually a better mix. It just wasn't as loud, and they A/B those two, and it's amazing the difference.
I like to call it Metallica's comeback album. They took a 13-year break. And they came back with this album.
They were back, yeah. Not my cup of tea, and certainly not a fan of the way it's produced.
Not a fan?
No. When the guitars and the drums are going, that's when you really notice it. When things are isolated like this, it doesn't sound as over... Well, Jesus Christ, those drums.
Well, now that you've called attention to it, now it's all I hear.
I mean, listen to that snare.
Yeah, it's not very clean.
I mean, if you told me this is a demo or somebody, a live thing that they did that they got from the board, I would be like, okay, yeah. This is like a live sound. I get that that's what they were going for, but it doesn't really translate in that respect. And even live sound this day is more separated than this. This just sandwiches all together into like one thing.
Well, then if you think this one sounds like shit, how about... Hold on. Because I've always thought this one notoriously sounded like shit. This is a Bob Rock produced album.
Yeah.
Well, just wait. Just wait. I think it sounds like shit now. There you go.
Yeah, this kind of has the opposite problem. I don't know why you would purposely look for the ringing of the drum in that way. Those are usually the things that you're trying around.
This whole album.
I'm not one of these purists of like, this is how you record a snare or a guitar or something like that. I'm very much a fan of experimenting. But, yeah. God.
Yeah.
And who the fuck EQ'd this?
This is a Bob Rock produced album. Maybe this is when he knew to hang it up?
And it sounds like Pro Tools. Like, it just sounds like the sound of Pro Tools. Especially this part where it sounds like he literally chopped it up and just cut and pasted.
Like, this album, I remember it came out, we were like, this album is a piece of shit. It was produced like shit, it was recorded like shit, it was engineered like shit.
But at least there are some interesting choices being made there. And it's not, like, exhausting to the ear. There's no way I could listen to the entire Death Magnetic album.
No.
My ears would get tired. It's just a full frequency assault at all times. This is at least not going to make your ears bleed. It's just going to make your brain boggle at why the fuck anyone would think that would be a good choice. Well, Hetfield's back in rehab again.
He's going into rehab.
Yeah. He's in rehab right now with Pedro Guerrero. Yeah.
Apparently he loves the sauce. And has for quite some time.
Oh, yeah. It's been a lifelong battle.
Can you just retire and drink himself to death? Like Jim Morrison would have, or did.
Why can't
they're pushing 60?
Or he could get better.
They made enough money.
He could retire and
they just did S&M 2
and focus on his health and not trying to be a rock star anymore. They just did what?
They just did S&M 2.
S&M 2.
Remember when they did the album with the orchestra? Apparently they did another one.
No, okay, vaguely in the back of my head, I remember something about Metallica performing with an orchestra.
You don't remember this one?
Didn't it stem from a performance they did that went so well? They were like playing at the Grammys or some shit like that?
No, that was the album with Lou Reed.
Oh, that was I'm confusing it with the Lou Reed album.
Come on, you never heard this? This song, when this came...
I've seen Star Wars.
This song was all over fucking radio. No, Michael Kamen was conducting it.
This song was on radio? I don't even know... Do I know this song that they're doing?
Dude, trust... How did you... For like 2 years, this song was on radio, every other song.
Which 2 years?
Like 98 to like 2000.
No way, really? That's right. Like when 8ANX changed formats, I gave up on music. When they decided it was going to be the station of Kid Rock and Limp Bizkit.
That's right around the time to stop.
Yeah.
I think 89X was playing this.
I think taking Metallica's arrangements and doing them as string arrangements, I think it is a good idea.
This was the original.
They were really good at making these very dramatic songs, but leaving James Hetfield's voice in...
Oh, that's why this was everywhere. This was the single. This was the one that was... This was the new song.
Okay.
Everything else was a orchestral arrangement of shit you already knew.
Right.
This was the
but he's still
song.
singing on all that shit, right? Yeah. No, he should have stayed home. James Hetfield could have made money sitting on his ass at home, resting his voice, instead of being on this album. He would have get paid for this either way.
This is the only one they actually tried to cut like a studio. Like I think they went back and they laid the vocals. Like allegedly, this is live with the orchestra musically.
Doesn't sound like it. I mean, aside from all the effects that they're using on his voice, the reverb on his voice doesn't sound like the room that the orchestra's playing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, dude.
But they put out a second one of these.
Those are overdubbed
apparently.
as fuck.
Yeah, the whole point they did a second one of these 20 years later.
So just now? They
just did it this year. And then he went to rehab. Now there's some god-awful remix of Enter Sandman and some new Tom Cruise movie.
A remix?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it...
I heard today while I was mowing
from
the
a
lawn.
movie soundtrack? So is it like a really loungy, breathy version of Enter Sandman?
It's the same.
Or is it dubstep?
It's the bro mix.
Oh, no.
Going dark.
Oh, I heard a bass drop there. But you said you heard this while you were mowing the... Like, in what context? It came on in your Google Music, or were you listening to...
I was listening to, I think, a TV channel, a TV show while I was mowing the lawn.
Oh, and so the ad came on.
It's fantasy football because I just needed the audio. I need to watch the graphics. I just want the information.
I listen to so many podcasts now that if I listen to a talk show, if I watch a talk show, I'm not really watching most of it. Even Bill Maher, like I don't have to watch him on the screen. I get that this is like a kind of remix of it, but it's difficult to tell what is actual remix and what's just the video game effect. But they definitely, those drums, like, you know what? Ulrich's drums aren't simple enough on this song. We need to really dumb them down. I've been very vocal about my pet peeve about commercials with heavy use of samples, environmental samples that are in time with the music, whether it's explosions and guns or just somebody opening up a fucking Kit Kat package. I'm about as much a fan as that as I am musicals.
Oh, I get it. Explosions.
I feel like I got off on a tangent on something when I started talking about that podcast that got us to Metallica, but why did it come up in the first place? Oh well. Want to see a woman in love with a plane?
Define in love.
I don't know if I can. I can't even define it between two people.
She's gonna fuck this plane?
To define it between a woman and a plane. A 5-year relationship. A 5-year relationship with the love of her life. A passenger jet she calls darling. Guess what country she's from?
Germany.
Yes, sir.
Next guess is Florida.
Florida is not a country, but I would accept that as an answer. Michelle, how do you pronounce the umlaut over the O? It's Kobke? I don't know. 30 years old. She's not a bad-looking woman. But I guess I don't have a chance in hell because I'm not...
You're not a plane.
I can't fly. I'm not 2 tons. She can't get inside of me. At least not ride around inside of me. She could physically be inside of me. That would be possible. She says, I can only get close to him when I fly with him or when I can get to him in the hangar, which has only happened once in my life. And she also, because she can't spend a lot of time, this is a long-distance relationship.
You don't say.
She has
a plane.
She has a big model, quote, a big model of him made of fiberglass, as well as real components from him, so I can act out my love to some degree.
She's fucking that plane model?
She's fucking the model plane.
So, it's got a vibrating tip. That thing vibrates.
Something, somewhere, at some point. I don't know, but I mean... I think she's just getting off on the design of the plane.
So if a guy shows up hung like this plane...
Hung
it's
like
over.
The plane? Like his dick has wings?
If his penis is in the shape of this plane.
I think you should see the doctor.
Right.
I don't think his...
Maybe he has to get him added on.
I hope his primary concern isn't who's going to suck this thing. Or maybe it is, and that's why he was going. That's what would get him to the doctor. Michelle's affections for the airplane, according to the Mirror, known as objectophilia. That sounds made up, doesn't it? I think the Mirror made that one up. Objectophilia. When sexual or romantic attraction is focused on a particular inanimate object, But she doesn't see it as any different than we with humans, explaining it's like a normal relationship.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, you lost me at normal. We have relaxing evenings together.
These pictures are weird.
And when we go to bed, we cuddle and fall asleep together. Yeah, but now are you talking about the model or the real plane?
Then I shove the tip of it into my vagina.
You can't cuddle and sleep with the plane. Yeah, also, she's only ever seen the real thing once, right? Or she's flown. But how does she know it's the same plane? And she's not in love with a plane.
It's got the number on the tail, right?
She's in love with a particular design of a plane.
So it's not even like that. She's not in flight with... She's not in love with Flight 222?
If I got to...
It's going to make going to the airport really weird in the morning for me, by the way.
If I, let's say, some rare circumstance that I had the opportunity to meet Natalie Portman, and it went really well, and we ended up hooking up. Just total fantasy, right? And then I went home and ordered a Natalie Portman doll and slept with it in my bed. Would you say that's clearly somebody who's in love with Natalie Portman in a totally healthy way?
No,
comparable to
in a healthy way. No,
any other relationship. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. She's in love with the design. She's not in love with the particular plane. She hasn't spent enough time with that one particular plane. She's only met it once. And I doubt that whatever security guard that was paid $50 to look the other way let her, get totally freaky on the thing. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe she did.
This song get her all moist.
Yeah, no, because this is about a different plane. It wouldn't, it's not, she doesn't see objects. She just sees the personality.
Right.
I guess it's better than banging the hundreds of possibly thousands of people whose hard work went to making, designing, and creating this plane.
It's a lot of banging.
At least this way she's not going to get a disease.
Listen, I have to bang a team of people.
Which, be thankful that you're not out there looking for action these days, because apparently STDs are at an all-time high.
Well, the kids don't have the AIDS scaring them into condoms like we did?
I guess not. And it's predominantly females. So that led one person on Twitter to explore the idea that maybe it was the lack of slut shaming. Since we outlawed, quote unquote, slut shaming in our society and deemed it as bad behavior, all of a sudden the rise in females with STDs went up. Right. Although, I guess it's all in how you read the data, isn't it?
Where are they getting them from?
That's exactly it, right? They're not giving them to each other. What the data tells me is not that there's a bunch of women sleeping around. It's that there's a few select guys who are sleeping with all these different women and spreading around the disease. The guys are the sluts.
The Weedsman Podcast. ChristopherMedia.net.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel, credit stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
Pros bring something extra to every job. Now at the Home Depot, they also get something extra. Pro Extra, our free loyalty program built for pros just like you. Members earn perks with every dollar spent, like Pro Extra Dollars, a tool rental credit, and more. New members get $20 off their next in-store purchase of $200 or more just for signing up. Learn more at HomeDepot.com/Pro Extra. New year, more rewards, Pro Extra, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.